This is Brandon Curry at the 2019 Arnold's Classics, and of course, the 2019 Mr. Olympia. Both of these winning versions will be compared today, and I have to admit, ladies and gentlemen, I have seen this request so many times, and I feel so bad. I thought I already did this one. Do you believe that? I thought I remembered every video that I did. Every time I seen the request, I figured, well, you guys will find it somewhere on there. But to be honest, I couldn't find it. It's not there. I guess I didn't do this. Mikey's Iron Rage did it, but I don't know. I'm not him, to my knowledge. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this comparison. The front relaxed. They are not posing at all at the same posture. So pretty much right off. Now, this is the pose that all you guys tell me. Do this comparison and you will see the Synthol. Well, I have to be honest, I don't see the Synthol, but I do see a much larger, rounder set of guns. Now, his right arm at the Olympia, he is closer to the camera with that arm. You notice that? And farther away and closer with his left arm for the Arnold's Classic. So his left arm almost seems larger, the structure of it. So taking that into consideration, that makes the arm a little bit larger. But aside from that, yes, his arms do look like basketballs, big, round, unnatural. Let's do a classic Marks Max Muscle zoom in of that right bicep. And you know what? His forearms actually look smaller for the Mr. Olympia. Could it be that his bicep is so much larger that it dwarfs the forearm? Anyway, just speculation, but I see what you guys mean. I see exactly what you guys mean. Front lat spread. And again, this is taking a little bit of a different angle. His head, he's crouching his head back for the Arnold's. Speaking of his head, he's got a big round dome face, a big fat face for the Olympia, and it's a much thinner. He has the death face. Leads me to believe he is drier. His lats look a little bit bigger for the Mr. Olympia. Hard to say, though. Turn to the side, and yes, he is much leaner. At the Arnold, he's probably 10 pounds heavier at the Mr. Olympia. Maybe not 10 pounds, but a few pounds makes a big difference for these dry, striated beasts. And like I said, his face, look at his face. You see that? Thin face and then fat face. But anyway, this is a situation where he is larger and he is drier at the Arnold's Classics. He's larger at the Olympia. So really, could go either way, to be honest. In the hoo-ha position, I definitely think this would favor the leaner man, the leaner midsection, but he is tilted more thusly for the Arnold's Classics, and that's the version that I mean. When I say the more leaner one, because I do believe he is a little larger when you look at the legs for the Olympia version. But it's hard to tell from this angle of the hoo-ha. Let's go to the side tricep, and again, disappointingly, a different angle, but one saving grace. Look at the tricep, guys. And he has been accused of Synthol, site enhancement oil, in the tricep. Wow, I don't see any, but I do see a tricep that is twice as big. Could he have developed that naturally? Without even steroids? No growth hormones? Is Brandon Curry natural? I always get some people that get mad every time I say that about Ronnie Coleman, so I can imagine somebody's going to get mad at me for saying that about Brandon Curry. He is natural, you know. I have proof. There's a picture of him not doing steroids. There's your proof. Anyway, all seriousness, turn around, and this is an eye-opener for me, and it should be for you guys too. Yes, he's drier in the glutes, but it's not like he has Phil Heath striations or Ronnie Coleman striations in those glutes at the Arnold's Classics. He's a little, slightly softer at the Olympia. But one thing that I do notice, his traps, twice as big. His lats, twice as large, twice as thick. He's better at the Olympia. In the rear double bi, it almost appears that his outer lats are just as good this time in the Arnold Classic. A much better pose for this version. The leaner version, I think, really shows the conditioning of the lower back. And if you have a good zoom in on the Christmas tree area, just the Christmas tree area underneath of the lats, it appears to be a little tighter, a little less wrinkles for the Arnold Classic. So it does maybe favor this version for the rear double bi, but definitely the rear lat spread was showing a definite superiority for the Mr. Olympia version. Ab and thigh. And this is a very flattering picture for the Mr. Olympia version. I've seen some very unflattering ones, to be honest. The midsection is a lot smaller, and it creates more of a V-taper. Now his lats probably are bigger for the Olympia, but that little midsection, his legs are bigger for the Mr. Olympia as well. At least in this picture, it's not a very flattering picture in terms of the thigh for the Arnold's Classics. But I have to be honest, guys, and we're finishing this up with the most muscular. And this is a different posture as well, so it's hard to tell, but he sure does look a lot drier and more striated, vascular for the Arnold's Classics. But he is hitting it a different spec for the Mr. Olympia, so I guess you be the judge at the end of the day. But this was an eye-opener for me. I honestly would say that the Mr. Olympia version was bigger. He had more muscle in the back, maybe better back shots, and that was surprising. I thought those glutes were extra soft, but compared to the other versions of Curry, in particular the Mr. Olympia or the Arnold's Classics version, I don't know, right on par with each other, I guess. Very underrated, I suppose, the Mr. Olympia version. For a Curry version, that is. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I apologize. I did not make this until now. I honestly thought I already made it. Hit thumbs up, subscribe. Have a good day.